and gentlemen, 24 here with more Kaidan Restaurant Ura Menu 100 cent. Sorry. How is everyone doing today? For me, I've been kind of busy lately, doing stuff, keeping up with family matters and whatnot. So I decided, hey, you're all my family. Why don't we celebrate like a family? And actually get some ghost stories. Now, I hope God our son didn't mess up again. Because if he messed up again, that means I'm going to be very furious. You guys are going to like it. And we'll just see what happens. And for a second, I gotta turn that volume down. That volume really is kind of too loud. But yeah, you know the whole deal with Garth's son. We pick a story, we read it, and so on. I chose the wrong one. Can already tell. I had that. Hey, now that's more like it, Garth's son. You finally understand what I want. Alrighty then, Eagle. I shall return. Hello, once again, everyone. This is Fortune Gentleman 24, and we are back with a new story on today's event. For once, Garcon didn't screw us up. Okay, he screwed us up on the first story, but not the second one. Garcon, we love you. Alright, today's story that I present to you all, lovely people who love a good old fancy ghost story. Now and then, I present to you playing piano Sinatra. Da da dum dum blah. Charles whined when his wife hit the wrong note on the piano for the 32nd time that day. He knew it was the 32nd time because he kept count and he went about his daily chores. Charles blamed himself for his wife's latest omission. He should have never taken Matilda? I want to say Matilda, but again, I want to say something else, like Marty. No, not Marty. Marito. You know, I'm just gonna call her Misty. That works. Yeah, that works easier. Misty. He should have never taken Misty to attend the concert when the high-fluting concert pianist came to town. But it was a special occasion everyone they knew was going. So Charles and Misty went too. And Misty decided right then and there that she wanted more than life itself was to play the piano. Charles tried to talk her out of it. No one in Misty's family was any good at music, but Misty was stubborn. If she couldn't find a dadgum way, she she always makes one. Wait, is that right? Yeah, she always makes one. Before Charles could count to 10, she brought a cheap used piano that was always out of tune and howled it over to the island to her brothers James fishing night. Why do I get these mixed up? Jammin', James, what the fuck? Jimmy, come on, Jammin', James, focus. Focus. Excuse me. Okay. From that day on, it was practice, practice, practice. Morning, noon, and night. Misty sat at the piano with her piano book open, plucking away at the keys. At first, there was not much to hear, and Charles could ignore the sour sound. But after a few months, she got better, and a lot worse. There were parts of her song that sounded pretty good, but she never ever got that one line right. Oh, I've actually seen how that happened before. I've actually had it happen to me once before when I was actually learning to play the piano. I was actually pretty good at doing it, but then thing didn't work so well. Let's just call it that. There was nowhere on the small island that Charles could get away from the sound of the piano, even when he sat on his favorite rocker outside the wooden shed with cotton in his ears. Misty's new hobby was a source of much continuation between a husband and wife, who had never argued before in their entire lives. Now they argue every day about Misty's piano playing. At least try to learn another song, Charles begged his wife. But Misty was stubborn. I ain't going to learn another song until I master this one. You gotta practice to get better, Charles. And Misty went back to her piano and started playing again. Da da dum dum plat, da dum da dum plat. Ding. Okay, that ding's not at the end. I just want to put it like ding. Things came to head the day a no Easter roared down on the island. Charles and Missy were huddled up together in the lighthouse. Hours after hour after hour, Charles had nothing to do but sit and carve decoy ducks. And Missy, well, Missy played the piano. Hours after hours after hours. Around 4 p.m., Charles leaped to his feet and shouted at his wife to stop playing the blasted song. Missy leaped to her feet and shouted that she was going to practice till she got it right. Something in Charles snapped. Afterwards, he felt bad about the way he chopped up the piano with his axe. Charles! After all, it was a valuable instrument. Try as he might, he couldn't feel bad about doing the same to Misty. Misty. Oh! I was hoping to see it wasn't gonna be anything bad. I was like, what's my time limit at? What am I at right now for this part? Hey, yeah, we're good. God, it's gotta be bad. That night, Charles put on his oilskin, took up a shovel, and dug a grave out back of his woodshed. He buried all the little pieces of Misty with all the little pieces of her piano. He figured she would want it. She would have it. He figured she would have wanted it that way. That night, but the nor'easter raging and pounding on the island, and the lighthouse rattling and shaking in the wildly in the blast. Charles got the best sleep he had in months. No more piano playing, ever, or so he thought. After the nor'easter blew itself out, Charles spent the rest of his day cleaning the blood off the floor and walls of the lighthouse. After that, he did his daily duties and carefully noted in the logbook that Misty had been swept out to sea by a huge wave while patrolling the beach. In the middle of the night, Charles had started awakened by a familiar sound. Da da dum dum black, da dum 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 black black. He sat bolt upright with an oath. It sounded just like Misty playing the piano. This was impossible, since she was buried behind the woodshed. Charles looked out of his bed, felt around for his axe. Blast! He must have left it in the woodshed. He picked up a large piece of firewood and carefully stepped through the door to the main room. To his astonishment, he saw a glowing green, translucent piano standing in the place where Missy had put it. The key and the ghostly piano were playing all by themselves. Then he heard Missy's voice from the stairway, leaping up to life. Charles, I told you and I told you. I ain't gonna learn another song until I master this one. You should have listened to me. Charles whirled around and gazed up the stairs in horror. Standing a third of the way up was the translucent white figure of his dead wife, and in her hands she held his axe. Well, that was Danny. Excuse me. That piano story. Actually, it kind of actually was pretty good. I wouldn't say it was bad. It actually was pretty good. It actually does have a good meaning in it. Like, if your wife, if someone is very desperate, they want to learn something, even if they die, they will still probably keep practicing it. You never know. It's always a mystery with all these magical spirits. But I do know one thing. That story has ended. That story will only be told again when the time is right and someone needs to learn about what happened to Charles and the lady with the very, 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 very hard name saying like Martilia or God damn something. But this is number 16, so I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This one, that's 16. Yeah. We're actually going pretty far in one candle side. We've been around the whole entire ring. We haven't gotten it. We've only gotten a few out of the middle of the second or third ring, but nothing as big as the outer ring. I picked that one, Garcon. Oh, don't you? Me. Yeah. Bye bye. I don't care, Garcon. Like victory. And we've already read this one. God damn it, Garcon. See? 25. We already read it. Bye bye. Kaidan. Yeah, that was only one story. We're gonna get um, yeah. Just give me one, son. I'm pretty sure we can handle this story. Hey, we got a coin. Might not be the same one. If I already read that. We just read that one. Thank you. God damn. I really do get tired of that. And just for that, after this story, we're gonna have 8 coins. This game gets more weirder and weirder every time I play it. You know what? Fine, we're gonna go with it. I'll see you. Hello, everyone. This is Torchy Gentleman 24. It's good to see you all again. We are back with finally getting the story to read. And, for one thing, the story doesn't make any sense. Look at the picture. Baseball cap, KR, dark background. It doesn't make any sense, but for me, it's mostly saying Pinkie Pie. Pinkie Pie and this early. No, I just can't say that. It's actually the correct meaning is correct. Actually, the story actually is called The Color Pink. Think about it. What do you think it means? The color pink. Do you think it means something girl? Do you think a romance is gonna happen? Do you think love is gonna flourish between these two? But death steps in the way. What do you think? Yes. Let me know in the comments. And if your comment is right, you get a cookie. But not just anything. You get a fortune cookie. See what I did there? Chinese and Japanese related. Fortune cookies. Oh. Enough forcing around. Let's get on with the story. She was always in her garden, day after day after day. It drove him crazy. Supper never came when he wanted it, and had to go outside and kneel down in the dirt every day, every dad blame time. Dad blame time. Oh, that's right. It's an abbreviation for this game. Fuck. He wanted to have a conversation with his wife. When he complained, she told him to go get his own supper. Ha! She knew he couldn't boil water without burning it. How the frick do you burn water? The only thing that's gonna happen is it's gonna evaporate. The garden was just the only thing that drove him crazy. His wife also loved the color pink. Hey, where did we hear pink a minute ago? Choose another color, he yelled one day. So what color did you choose? Mauve. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's Mexican? Yeah. One day, his wife started complaining about their knees. She wanted an assistant to help her in the garden. Why do you need an assistant? He grumbled at her. Do you want to help me? She retorted. Heck no, he replied, and told her to go ahead and hire a gardener. He didn't expect a handsome young fellow who showed up the next day to help his wife in the garden. The fellow had a charming manner, and soon had his wife laughing and fluffing up her hair as they talked. That drove him really crazy. Some folks might think it was natural for her to find the new gardener charming, but he wondered. He started coming home early from work to spy on his wife and the new gardener. They were always laughing together as they worked. He didn't like it. Then his wife went out and brought a brand new red lipstick, though she only ever bought pink lipstick before, and she got her hair cut to a new style that really made him suspicious about what he was going, yeah, what she was going to do. Now, think about it. She loves pink, but instead, a new man walks in, and she's wearing red lipstick. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What's gonna happen? Is she gonna cheat on him? Is she gonna go away from her husband and go with the handsome young gardener? Or is she just trying to make her hubby jealous? Make him want to spend more time with her in garden with you? What do you think? Maybe it's something. Maybe it's something new. Tell me what you think. He spoke to the new guard one afternoon while his wife was out. The young man denied that there was no hanky-panky going on, but he knew better and fired the gardener on the spot. At supper that night, he confronted his wife with suspicion. "I'm not having an affair," she retorted. "But if you keep this up, he could get lucky. Do you want that?" Ooh. Her smart reply filled him with rage. His vigilant ran and misty as his hands closed around his wife's neck and started shaking her. Shaking her. Shaking back. It was several minutes before he calmed down enough to realize he was shaking a ragdoll figure that was no longer breathing. He dropped his wife's dead body on the floor in horror, realizing what he had done. And what would happen if he were caught? Fortunately, the dirt was always disturbed around his house because of his wife's incessant gardening. So he dumped his wife's body into a flower bed and covered the grave mound with pink flower seedlings. End of problem. He closed his house the next day, telling the neighbors that they were going north to be near his wife's ailing sister, and put the house on the market to be sold. Oh yeah, that's kind of funny. But 7 years, when 7 years passed after that grateful incident, he said it'd be safe to come home. He got an apartment and told the folks that his wife had left him some time ago. But he was frightened of discovery and wanted to know if his wife was still buried in the flower bed of his former house, waiting for the new owners to leave for the weekend. He slipped in the garden at dusk to look for the grave. To his horror, he saw an old mound was still there and was still planted with pink flowers. Only now the pink flowers formed the shape of a woman. Trembling, he dug a deep, narrow hole into the mound, feeling for his wife's bone, but her body was gone. Oh, now what do you think gonna happen right there? What do you think happened? His wife, supposedly dead body, is no longer in the ground. Did she move? Did the worms take her? Did someone actually find her body and took her somewhere? What do you think? Alarmed, he made discreet inquiry and was told that the new owner had found a family grave site on the property and had the grave moved to the local cemetery. He was surprised. Why would they do this? He felt a surge of relief in his explanation, but morbid curiosity sent him along to the cemetery to check on the truth of the tale. He searched a long time, looking for a grave with no name. Then he caught a glimmer of pink, and his pulse started pounding. Could it be? Yes, there was a narrow grave, covered with pink flowers. It had no name attached to it, and he knew it was her. In that moment, his vision was clouded once again by a red mist. He lurched as his body suddenly overwhelmed by a massive heart attack, and his helpless body tumbled down among the pink flowers as the whole world went dark. His last thought was the dead ragdoll figure that once been his wife. After the authorities had found and removed the dead body, the flower crushed by his fall never grew back on the unmarked grave. Each spring, the unmarked tomb was covered in pink blossoms, though the flowers never grew in the blanket body shape space. Sorry. The pink flowers never grew in the blackened body shaped space where the murdered body lay. And in the house where the couple and in the house where the couple once lived, the pink flowers on the empty grave mound still grow each spring in the shape of a woman's body, no matter how many times the owners have rooted them out. Now that actually was a very sad story. I actually do feel sorry. Every single time when it is anywhere near that gravesite, pink flowers will bloom, but the blackened part where her husband lay will never grow the seeds. And during the springtime at the old house, the flowers will make the body figure of a woman. So, lesson and point in this story, people. Treat your loved ones right. Do not hurt them at all. Spend some time with them. Love them. Excuse me. Cherish them. But for that, it was a wonderful story, and I thank you for the meaning of helping me. Yeah. Because some don't be going, Dirty on. You don't deserve to go, Dirty on. And just like that, we got 8 coins. Oh, why not? I mean that. I don't mean that either. I meant to do the whole coin thing. Yeah, right here. Let's see what we get. Oh boy, a book. Oh, now that is lucky. We already have him. Got it. Ooh, a book. Hey, we already got that. Yeah, no. Do we get anything new? Nope. Oh wow, this page is almost full. Look at that. That is awesome. Where's the other one? Ooh. Ooh. You know what I haven't seen? You know, yeah. You know which one I have not seen that we have yet? We don't have the Kappa. And I'm pretty sure all of you know who I'm talking about. Y'all y'all probably know who I'm talking about. It's Kappa. You know, the little tiny shy one. That one was a cutie. But yeah, we don't have him. The freaking thing fell down. Okay. But as time goes on for this thing, the coin collecting getting coins will be easy, but actually getting the figurines is going to be pretty hard to do. So I'm mostly thinking if we get through the whole entire story, well, not story, get through the whole entire game, and we still have coins, and we have like a whole bunch of coins, you can easily just go like, just zip on through and just go like, done. You know what? I want to take a look. Is it a new loop or is it the same one? No, I'm feeling like it. Hey, haven't got anything for those ones yet. Oh well, I'm sure we'll get them sooner or later. But yeah, as I said before, get a whole bunch of coins, beat through the whole entire thing, and bada bing, bada boom, we'll be done with the game. But yes, as I said before, but for this thing, um, for the last video, I actually will be doing something special. Two people watched this thing before and asked what I'm gonna do with these little figurines. Well, I'm going to make a video of each one. Because, as you can tell, we got many figurines and each of them has a name. I'm only going to say their name. I'm not giving the description because I actually want to get it done. So as you can see, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. We got 50 figurines. We have 50 figurines right now, and we have 30 out of them. So we only need to get 20 more. For the fishing game, we need 3 more. And for the Lucky Dalio Roulette, we need 2 more. So, I will save state one last time. It has been fun seeing you all. Please, have a nice day.